This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's 6:53. Let's get you up to speed with everything you need to know for your Thursday here in the Morning Sprint.
Destiny Richards is live at Spokane International Airport, where travel trouble has already started for some flights.
Sydney Charles is live with how to stay safe if you're headed out on the roads for the holidays.
All of this because of the weather. We are under a weather alert. Let's get right to Mark Peterson.
It's because of those dangerous wind chills that are out there. Let's take a look at the current conditions without wind involved. We're at 4 below into the valley. You're 4 below in Deer Park. Hayden, you're at 8 below. Coeur d'Alene, 3 below 0. Now, let's throw the winds in there, and this is the wind chill and how it affects your skin. At the airport, 24 below. Deer Park, 25 below. Hayden, 29 below 0. This is 10 to 15 minutes before your skin gets damaged. Make sure that you're, if you have to be outdoors, that you're dressed appropriately. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. Single digits, sub-zero and above 0. Our high today, just 3 degrees.
And we've been live at Spokane International Airport this morning talking about this busy travel day before the Christmas weekend. Here on the Alaska Airlines sign, it has been non-stop at the TSA line as well as here at baggage check. So just be aware of that if you're heading out this morning or expecting family. Here's one last look at flight delays and cancellations for SeaTac as well as the Spokane Airport. We've had one cancellation come in the last hour. That is a flight to Denver via Southwest, and we'll of course talk more and all day about these busy flight and travel days that are coming ahead and after the Christmas holiday.
And for drivers, we were just one day away from what AAA says could be the busiest time for them this holiday season. From December 23rd to January 2nd, AAA says 112 million people will journey 50 or more miles away from home. If you need to head out over the passes during the busy travel days, please be advised. Tracks and tires are advised for Snoqualmie Pass. On Stevens Pass, chains are required on all vehicles except those with all-wheel drive. And watch out for slick roads on Lookout Pass. Today, the Idaho passes should be clear, but that won't be the case if you're traveling west. Friday and Saturday will be very busy for drivers, as many will be heading across the passes through the snow to be with their families. Both Idaho and Washington passes will be risky for travel on those days.
Power outages in Lewiston are now restored. Earlier this morning, more than 2,000 people were without power there. The estimated restoration was around 10 a.m., but it looks like they got a return much earlier.
As of this morning, fewer than 200 people remain living at Camp Hope in East Spokane. That is according to new data just released from the Washington Department of Transportation. The state agency says a consulting agency hired by Empire Health took these drone photos starting early last month to show the camp slowly clearing as more are being moved to homeless centers and transitional housing. Department officials say Spokane shelters are at or near capacity right now, and none of the shelters have the ability to house everyone at Camp Hope.
The homeless population in Washington grew 10% over the last 2 years. That's according to new data from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The Northwest Administrator telling KOMO News in Seattle that each individual or family living unsheltered in our region's harsh elements is one too many. The goal of the Biden administration has been to stop and reverse the rising trend of homelessness. The president hopes to reduce it by 25% by the year 2025.
Friends, family, and colleagues of nurse Doug Brandt gathered to remember his life. He was shot and killed during a home visit earlier this month. Brandt was taking care of Chandler Mitchell's grandmother at their mobile home when Mitchell shot and killed Brandt December 1st. At last night's vigil, friends gathered to share laughter, tears, and memories. Doug's sister says while her brother was taken so soon, his death is making an impact.
As police continue to search for the person who killed 4 University of Idaho students, Steve Gonsalves, Kaylee's father, spoke with CNN about the investigation. He says faith that law enforcement will catch the killer is what's helping his family from being torn apart through the holidays. Investigators are still searching for the owners of a 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. The search to track down that car has no limits. As we told you previously, police were investigating an Elantra that was involved in a crash in Eugene, Oregon, but they quickly ruled out any association to this case. If you have any information about that car or any other tips, you're asked to contact the Moscow Police Department.
Next on Good Morning America's harrowing story of abuse from the American woman just released from a Russian prison, returning to the U.S. on the same day as Brittany Griner. That story and much more coming up on Good Morning America. After a quick break, we'll check in with Mark and that forecast again.